the Philadelphia Eagles.
Eagles, Eagles.
They're led by this guy, Nick Sirianni, who, I mean, honestly, like, he just looks like this all the time. The guy always looks confused. Allegedly, he's supposed to be a really good X's and O's guy, but man, if you hear him talk, this guy just, he sounds stupid. Like, honestly, I know the two of us here, we don't have much room to talk. We sound stupid ourselves.
I mean, he's a Kobayashi guy. Like, no, it's Joey Chestnut all the way.
Yeah, Joey Chestnut every single day. Hot dog. One hot dog can take 35 minutes off your life. Kobayashi, less than Chestnut in that regard. But looking at this team too, it's a bit of a rough one. They got Jalen Hurts, who is very mobile. He kind of set the world in storm here late in the year last year because he could run really well and he was able to hit some receivers, but it'll be tough. They don't have a good offensive line, and Jalen Hurts is not accurate at all.
He's not accurate, but I don't think the offensive line helped. One thing that I did notice was he was randomly pulled in a week 17 game last year. At the end of the season, they were still in the hunt to win the division or at least make it in the playoffs. And then he was randomly pulled and they put in Nate Sudfeld. They actually did the same thing to him last preseason game. They had him ready to go. He was all dressed, and then less than 10 minutes before the game, they scratched him for a non-COVID illness. He looked perfectly fine. He was warming up. He was running. He was perfectly fine. Then they scratched him, and he has that I'm confused look on his face in week 17. And he still has it now. So, like, I think Jalen Hurts has proven that he's a good enough leader. He was at Alabama. He was at Oklahoma. They just need to use him the right way. They need to use run pass option for a lot of their plays, and they need to go short passes. They can't, like, if they want to take a shot down the field, they're going to be able to do that, but they're going to have to make sure those receivers are open. They have Devonta Smith, who is amazing, and that'll help a lot. And he's looked good in camp, and they have Rieger.
Yeah, they have Rager, who they obviously had in the first round last year, and he didn't get to make much of an impact because he was hurt a lot. They also have
Hurts. They still have Hurts.
They still have a few random guys too, like Fulgram, who had a random moment of going off last year. No one has heard of him. They have Greg Ward Jr., the converted quarterback
from Houston.
A weird set of weapons here, but I mean, they have more than they've had in years past. And then obviously they have Dallas Goedert also at tight end. We mentioned Ertz already.
Yeah. I mean, the defense is okay. It's nothing like it was in 2017, 2018, somewhere in there.
Oh, definitely not. Their secondary is still a bit of a mess.
The Eagles have a future. It's if they can get the coaching staff right and they can do this the right way. If they don't do it the right way, they're going to screw the whole thing up and end a lot of careers way earlier than they need to.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. This is sometimes when a new coach comes in, they consider year zero kind of a mulligan year. I almost think this franchise is such a mess right now that they need 2 mulligan years.
Because I don't think they made the right decision with coach, but back to the whole Texans hiring their coach kind of thing, I think the ownership knew the team was going to be bad. And I don't think they wanted to have this big hire like the Raiders did with John Gruden. I think they wanted to put a fall guy. And if they ended up being good, then that guy gets to keep his job. And if they end up doing bad, he takes all the blame. They cut him, they get someone else in. I think they're going to do that. And they might end up in a cycle like the Browns did. Maybe not as long, but I don't know. Eagles can go either way. This season, probably not for the better, but in the future, they have the tools to make it decent, to make it a decent future. But they'll have to get past this year, and this year is probably going to be rough for them.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree a little bit though on the coaching selection process. The Eagles have a bit of a different process. Usually what they're looking for in a coach is they're looking for a younger coach that they can kind of control a little bit. They want to have different guys making different decisions, and they want the coach to basically just talk to the media and, you know, run the offensive scheme. That's pretty much all they want the head coach to do there. Obviously, that's what Doug Peterson filled the role for a long time. But then obviously after winning the Super Bowl, Peterson wanted the bigger role, and that became a whole mess.
Well, also Frank Reich left, and then that offense just wasn't the same.
Yeah, agreed.
So who do we got next?